Hello there, my beautiful Scorpio signs. This is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's tarot video is all about you, Scorpio. There's a lot of messages here from your guides, from your angels, from your higher self. These are all messages and guidance that you already have an inner gnosis for, but I do feel like it's just a reassurance that you need at this time. Now, the song that I was meditating to when I tapped into your energy was called About You by the artist called the 1975. So 1975 might have been a significant year for you, or if that's a year that predates your birth, it might just be a song that you need to listen to. It's about romance, but it's also about heartbreak and trying to let go of the past. And I do feel like that is what is shifting for you right now, because there's a lot of stuff about love in your reading. I am guided to do an extended reading for this because I do feel like it is necessary to go a layer deeper. So if you feel guided, you can check or click the link in the description box below, and that link will take you to the extended reading. But if you're not guided, that's fine. Just figure you probably heard everything you need to hear in the general message. So the tarot, I usually pull a Celtic cross, a traditional spread, but this is a little bit extra because some clarifiers flew out. And then after the tarot, I will get deeper into the oracle cards. Now, I do feel like this is a hard period of your life. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because that's not going to be helpful for anyone. I do feel like you're going through an ego death or a death of maybe an illusion that you had built for a person or a situation or a relationship, because I feel like there's a lot of betrayal here, and you're being guided to really persevere through this trial and this tribulation, essentially, because there's a lot of heartbreak, and sometimes lonely is the road. That is the spiritual path and the spiritual journey. When you're doing that inner work, that emotional work, and that self-healing and reflective work, sometimes you're going to do that alone. Now, when I was tapping into your energy, sometimes I find myself on TikTok because that's what people do. But the shameless chick came up on there. I forget what her name is, but it was about breaking the cycle and being the change you want to see in your family. And sometimes that means standing up for yourself, standing up for your belief systems and your values, and leaving situations that are not serving you. Now, the first card that came out here in your energy, Scorpio, was the Seven of Wands. This is standing up for yourself. This is defending your territory and your belief systems and values and morals and ethics and those sorts of things, because that is how you live in your true authentic self. That is how you live in your authentic vibration. Now, the challenge here, or what's crossing you in the Celtic cross, is the Strength card. This is Leo energy, but to me, this card is more so a card of perseverance and standing up for yourself and your belief systems and values. If you're empathic or on the spectrum, neurodivergent or whatever, you probably have a very strong sense of self and a very strong sense of justice, and that is what's going to see you through, essentially. Now, the foundation of this situation is the Chariot card. This could have to do with something sort of long distance, but when I got this card, immediately I was like, not everything is in black and white. And some people have this very sharp mindset where things are black or white and that's it. And that's so close-minded in this modern day, in this modern world, that it's not a functional, to me, it's not a functional way of living. Because when you have that, everything is black and white, you cannot see any gray area. It can be detrimental, because there are situations in life where if you bring humanity into an occasion or occurrence or an instance, then you might see that's why I felt the need to make that decision or that choice. And it could be someone made a choice or decision that was best for them, but in the moment, or as an outsider, you may not have all of the information, so it might make them look bad when in reality they made a decision based on what they thought was correct at the time. So, that is not really our place to judge someone else's choices, but everyone will have their life review at the end of their lives, and they will have to see if they were true to themselves and to their soul or not. But don't throw stones at those who live in glass houses. Shouldn't throw stones. So just keep that in mind, Scorpio. Now, in the past here, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is about finding balance and harmony, or juggling something. So maybe you were juggling some sort of choice or decision because of that Chariot card. But I do feel like you have decided to move forward with something. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it's ending a relationship. Like there's not really a great way to sugarcoat that, because in your present vibe, you also have the Lovers. And I pulled a clarifier card because I was like, ooh, what is this about? It's about being betrayed, being stabbed in the back, metaphorically, probably, I hope. But this is about someone doing you dirty, going behind your back, being sneaky and manipulative when it comes to love. It could be a Gemini, it could be Sagittarius sign. I have that here as well. But I do feel like you're moving forward, and then in your future, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is about happiness and wish fulfillment, and being content in the 3D. Now, it is a card of legacy as well, but this is this is going to take time to grow, these 10 of Pentacles, because I do feel like you're coming from this like 2 of Pentacle point, and you're trying to get to the 10 of Pentacles, and that is going to take a lot of healing, a lot of introspective work, and a lot of going within, because in your subconscious, you have the Death card, and that is very much so a card that symbolizes, not only maybe a literal death of a loved one or something like that, but a metaphorical death of some part of yourself, some facet of your ego that needed to disintegrate, basically. And right now you're trying to alchemize that pain from the past, or some sort of expectation or false narrative you had built up about how your life's going to be or how things should be. And I feel like you're really shifting your mindset, because what's in your control right now, what's in your power play spot, is the Ace of Wands. This is an opportunity for a creative venture that's brought to you by Spirit, basically. So it's like they are divinely guiding you towards this inspiration, or like towards bringing your spark back into your life. So maybe, when we find ourselves in toxic relationships or toxic situations, we might lose ourselves. We lose that spark. We lose that creativity because we're so obsessed or so focused on filling everyone else's cup, doing things for other people, that sometimes we don't even realize that as we do that, we give away parts of ourselves. And then before we know it, we might just have ash and ember left of us. And the Ace of Wands is kind of like that reignition. So something's coming back in for you. Now, how do people see you? You have the Three of Pentacles. I don't like this card when it comes to a love type of reading. And, heartbreak is part of a love reading a lot of the times. But this card to me symbolizes there was some sort of third party. Somebody not being truthful. Now, for those of you that there is no third party, this can also just be a card of community. So like maybe people see you throwing yourselves into the community, into helping someone. Maybe you're volunteering for like Habitat for Humanity, or you're really throwing yourself into some sort of fundraising type project. Something about the school system might be significant. Maybe you're trying to pass a levy or something like that to help out. But I do feel like this has to do with third-party situations for those of you that are here for love, because when people know that you're party to some sort of third party, I feel like there's this misconception of like, oh, how did you not know? You were so naive, or how did you not see that coming? It was so silly. But a lot of the times people wear very good masks that don't really show their true colors or their true identities, because they play these roles, and they're very good actors. Some people in toxic relationships, or some people who are narcissistic, tend to wear very good masks. And to the public, it looks like they're this great, wonderful person. And that's because they're so wrapped up in keeping up with their ego. They present themselves as good. And then, at home, the mask falls off. And then you're left wondering, like, well, what am I doing wrong? And then you try to appease that person. But chances are it's like you're just seeing a whole different version of them. And the trickery card came out. So to me, this says like you were dealing with somebody who was a trickster, and that is actually only detrimental to themselves. But I kind of think of lies like lies are like a ticking time bomb. Okay, so like when you start a lie and someone's living in this like lie vibration, because it is a frequency, and lies stem from a frequency of fear or shame. When that starts, imagine it like literally a time bomb. Like a lie has to feed another lie, has to feed another lie, and then at some point someone pulls the metaphorical trigger. Like, and it could be like someone pulling the pin out, or it could be, that person accidentally lets something loose, and all these lies fly off into the metaphorical ether, let's say, and sometimes that shrapnel from those lies impacts everyone else around them. So not only are they wounded the most because they were the closest, because they were the mastermind or the magician of building their facade, but that shrapnel hits other people, and bystanders become victims of those sorts of situations, and that's how that happens. So I'm not telling you to be a martyr or to be a victim, but I am telling you like that's how I kind of like to view lies, and that's why I don't care for deception, because a lot of the times we find ourselves, especially empathic people, find ourselves believing people because we want to see the best in them, and that can get taken advantage of. And right now in your hopes and fears section, you have the magician. That to me is like your challenge at this time is to be able to use all the lemons that life has thrown at you, maybe even pummeled you with, and try to figure out how to make some gosh darn lemonade with it. So sometimes that requires a shot of tequila. I don't know, but sometimes it doesn't. So make sure you're using discernment there. But I do feel like there is potential to alchemize all of this pain and turn it into something very, very lovely, something to drive you forward. Now, in the future outcome, you also have the Four of Cups. This is like Eeyore energy. This is like womp, womp, womp. You're not happy when it comes to love, and that's okay. Like, you're probably going to be that way for a while. I'm not even going to sugarcoat anything else, but it's like you will get the things that you've been dreaming of because you're doing that inner work, that reflective work, that self-help, that introspective work, Scorpio, but it's going to take time. And, self-love is the key, and having perseverance and strength is the key to moving forward and really healing from this past pain. Now, I am going to dive deeper into that, like this lover's energy with some more tarot cards and some love oracle cards, just to see like what you're feeling, what they're feeling, whoever this person is. And just remember, energy is fluid. So if this feels like it doesn't resonate for you, it might be someone in your energy. So feel free to flip around the energies here. But I'm going to dive into the oracle cards, and then see what other messages kind of line up here. But for a lot of you, I do feel like you're healing your mother wounds, because the archetype card that came out was the mother. Something about a pearl of wisdom, or pearls, might be significant when it comes to your mother. There's kind of a wreath around this card and a nest. So I don't know, birds might be also significant. But they're with the mother energy. We are drawn naturally on a psychological level that we subconsciously don't even usually become aware of. We are drawn to people who are like our caregivers. So chances are whoever you were with is a lot like your caregiver, because from the ages of 0 to 7, that's when our personalities really truly develop. And we attract in people who treat us the same way that our caregivers did. And sometimes it's just not a very good thing until you've done the healing work. Now you have Imagine, number 20. This is all about kind of envisioning or manifesting what it is you want to create. There is a moon in this card, so the lunar cycles might be very important for you, and something about Sagittarius time frame, because you also have the horse card, and whenever I see horses in a tarot reading, I always think of Sagittarian. Now find the balance between the instinctive and tamed parts of your personality. And then the Moon Oracle card you have is I let go of what no longer serves me and I am open to what is. And this is about leaving old mindsets behind, leaving people behind that aren't aligning with you. And the gibbous moon is important. It says you're very close to achieving your goal. And then that trickery card is tied to your heart chakra. So you're healing your heart at this time. Spontaneity is important. Maybe you're having a hard time finding any fulfillment, like emotionally, or any happiness because you're going through so much. But it says you move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. And sometimes that can be difficult when we're like mourning the past and mourning the grief and the loss of someone or something, or just a situation entirely. But this card says practice. It says listen to those nagging voices at the back of your mind. Is your intuition telling you something? Is it whispering or shouting? And what have you not heard? And then you have number 39, limping. This is from my I Ching deck. It says take a step back from the struggle and connect with people more than ideas. Seeing helpful people keeps you traveling towards your long-term vision despite the obstacles and circumstances. Someone with experience and wisdom might reorient you or guide you, or you might be guided by an inner vision or visitation. So there might be a mentor in your life or a mentor coming into your life. That could be also with this third party the Three of Pentacles symbolizes. So maybe you are throwing yourself into the community as an avenue to alchemize something. Maybe you're volunteering for like a women's shelter or something along those lines. But I do feel like that is going to help you move out of this kind of mournful energy into something more aligned to your natural state. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. If this helped, please make sure you smash the like button. If you want to watch the extended, please click the link in the description box below, and I'll pull more messages for the tarot, and I have a love oracle deck. I'll pull some more cards for that, and probably some more chakra cards as well. But yeah, if you feel guided, you can also book a one-on-one coaching session with me on my website. You can click the link for that in the description box below, or you can book a personalized tarot reading where I tap into your specific energy and pull more guided messages. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.